वक्त था वक्त मसीहा न किसी और का वक्त मैं ना आता तो कोई और ही आया होता.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This na MTA Africa from studios na Salon. Una welcome to another edition of the program Hidden Treasures. Hidden Treasures na that program we they discuss the books now where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write in defense of Islam and the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so far, it don't cover so many other subject matters for the one day we be say them ready for take benefits from them books there. Just like our ancestors don't talk and declare say, वो कज़ाएं जो हज़ारों साल से मदफून थे, अब मैं देता हूँ अगर कोई मिले उम्मीदवार. Women say that gentry we don't hide over 1,000 years. You see now, they distribute them to that person will be say ready for acceptance. Today we can discuss one part of the books where the promised Messiah alayhi don't write, where not the heavenly sign. The promised Messiah alayhi don't write this book here in the year 1891, and it don't explain with regards some of the signs where be say then they in favor of in claim where it don't make forbid the promised Messiah and Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. So for the detail of this book here where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write, I get two brothers then from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat na Salon. Na me immediate right, I get brother Usman Bangura Sahib. Na me extreme right, I get brother Hamid Ali Bangura Sahib. Me brother them. Una welcome to the program Hidden Treasures. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakumullah sana jaza. I say plenty thank you to Una we be say Una don't can join me for discuss this book here. So today the heavenly sign. You know, the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book, you know, some poetic verses where Nimatullah Sahib don't write about the advent of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. One couplet where he writes, you see the vigilant talk, you know, Munshi Muhammad Jafar Sahib be therefore make an objection towards this particular couplet. You see, this means that the people in Therefore deny and refuse, reject the promised Messiah alayhi salam, but the promised Messiah alayhi salam be therefore give an answer towards this objection where it don't make. So I go request brother Hamid Ali Bangura sir for making go give the explanation where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't give inside this book.
Yeah, Jazakumullah khairan. Indeed, the promised Messiah alayhi salam, it don't write and explain the real meaning of this particular couplet where they inside the poem, where you talk about for say na Nimatullah Sahib, na in right time with the promised Messiah alayhi salam, right time inside this in book here. No. And the couplet itself, I go one for read them so that we go see. And he say, I see the worry and the vigilant talk, they become weak, and the enemies them also, they take advantage of the victory of their weakness. So the promised Messiah alayhi salam, how he explained this particular verse are very beautiful against the view of Muhammad Jafar Sahib. That in fact, the side the couplet appear according to the sequence of the poem, it then at the end part of the poem. We don't give a clear indication, say, this particular vigilant talk, in fact, now a kind of praise towards the Imam Mahdi, and not for anything for criticize the Imam Mahdi, because as he say that according to this couplet here, the people then get for deny the Imam Mahdi, then get for deny the promised Messiah Islam. So this is now one thing for us where the promised Messiah Islam don't prove. For say the usage of this particular word, the vigilant talk in the Persian language, not to for criticize, rather in the use in the way of praising. And also, as it don't appear in the end of the part of the poem, before already the mention of the appearance of Imam Mahdi don't come about. We don't clearly tell, we say, according to the promise Messiah Islam say, this means say, something therefore happen, the time of the appearance of the Imam Mahdi. And say, these now some of the signs them, at the time of the promised Messiah and Imam Mahdi, the time we can get for appear, or we can go don't appear. So see, these now some of the signs them. And they say that event we get for take place now after we the Imam Mahdi get for go don't make even appearance. No. And explain and say this is not refer to the Imam Mahdi. Rather, vigilant talk here it refer to the decline of the the Turkish Empire. No. Yes, it say the Turkish Empire it therefore become weakened and slack to the extent that the enemies them. He even make mention that the Russian then are the common enemies of the Turkish Empire. I say they go try for take advantage of the victory, even though they not get for gain much according to the poem. No. He say so in this case, the promised Messiah Islam it don't make even appearance, and then this thing get for happen will it serve as a sign, no. Not for as a kind of criticism or a kind of something where go put the promised Messiah in status down. Rather, it is serve as a testimony to the appearance of the truthfulness of the claim of the Imam Mahdi alayhi salam.
Jazakumullah sana jaza. Well explained, and indeed, I believe say Famule we don't understand that explanation there. For say the objection where Munshi Muhammad Jafar Sahib they make, they in place because when you look at the Persian language, the way how they use this word there, vigilant talk, means say it for criticize somebody, but rather it in form of praise, and the meaning itself, you don't explain that for say for serve as one part assign them. We go prove the truthfulness of the promised Messiah alayhi salam for the thing that we get for happen. We go on making claim, and indeed it happened at your own time. Jazakallah for that beautiful explanation where you don't give. The other thing again where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book now about the coming of Prophet Elias alayhi salam and Jesus Christ alayhi salam in connection to the Islamic belief we then get about the appearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. The promised Messiah alayhi salam don't explain it beautifully inside this book, the heavenly sign. So I will request brother Usman Bongura sir for making go explain to the one day we watch me for that explanation where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't get inside this book.
Jazakumullah khairan, Mawvi Sahib, for this point. This book, The Heavenly Sign, say beaucoup things where the promised Messiah Islam a point out. He say it can be that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can reveal to another person for tell. Even though the message they come say this person here get for come back, but it not mean say literally now the person they come back. It go be say now another person now you get for come in the stead of that person, they but not to the same person. In that particular sense, it begin to bring example. He say now look, don't take example. The time of the Messiah of the Jew them, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. He said the same thing now happen where the same mistake now in these people they try for do. That this prophet Malachi, where he begets revelation from God Almighty, he announced for say prophet Elijah, where we call in Islam Elias alayhi salam, he go come back, he go come up from the heavens, a lot of signs, the attributes, the way he come from the heavens, he could be king. That then we don't get this so strong for say the scriptures they don't talk them, and they all we don't go with that one day. Literally for say if any other prophet go come or before the Messiah go come, if for be say then see Elijah when Elias alayhi salam, if for come up from the sky he come. So because of that one day we don't get that particular dogmatic idea there. They don't move from them. They say the same thing now they happen also in the Islamic world. No. That then they feel to say somebody will don't die physically, it will come back physically. Isn't that make the Jew them up to this time? No one not able for accept for say Jesus Christ and John the Baptist. That because Jesus Christ alayhi salam, wake as the Messiah at that time, when them begin to cry and say, no, not to you, not the Messiah, because we don't get with scriptures and don't tell people, say, Elijah go come, and they come up from the heavens. So if you can't say, now you, and not see Elijah, then you not lie person, you not imposture. So because of that one, Jesus alayhi salam, when in the Messiah, and God, they reveal things them according to the time and need. So if you get for tell and say, John the Baptist is Elijah, but you not recognize them. So the same thing where the Messiah been tell them at that particular time. Now the same thing also the promised Messiah alayhi salam, they try for make mention of at the own particular time where now for the Muslims them. Say somebody they die, he come back. That not to the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he try for make him clear for say that person where Muhammad Ishmael, they try for attribute say na Ahmad that na Said Ahmad na the person where the poem they say not to him at all. So these are the points where the promised Messiah alayhi salam he try for make.
Jaza for this beautiful answer where you don't give with regards to the explanation where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't give in connection to Elias and Jesus Christ alayhi salam when it comes to the Islamic belief where the people don't get about the appearance of Imam Ahmad alayhi salam. It don't make them known and clear for say anybody so far away don't die not to get for calm. If they say somebody like that get for calm, it means now other person will resemble na in get for calm. And he give you the example of Prophet Elias alayhi salam, where we say the Jews then be expect for say na for calm before the Messiah. So Jesus Christ where he come, they ask her that question. He be get for tell them for say the Elijah wrong come in the person of John the Baptist. So you don't explain that beautifully. May God Almighty bless you for that. The next thing where the promised Messiah alayhi salam explain inside this book, be get for explain about the coming of Mujaddidin, reformers. And I also bring out some of the sins of the divines where we say explain them beautifully. So I will request Brother Hamid Ali Bangura Sahab for making will give you the explanation where the promised Messiah alayhi don't give in connection to the entire.
Yes, the promised Messiah alayhi salam, he quotes a hadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who say the prophet say Allah the Almighty, he don't make him a promise upon himself for say he go ace mujaddidins them, reformers them, in the beginning of every 100 year of the Islamic calendar. So the promised Messiah alayhi salam say this na a hadith where he be say na the whole world and all the Muslims them believe in him for say na true hadith and also authentic than for the mujaddidins them. And then he continue for say the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also he don't issue so many prophecies them concerning the great Imam, and them prophecies then they ensure that nobody in any way not go able for reject them prophecies then when the fulfillment take place and when the Mahdi go make his own appearance. Then a special only for the Mahdi. He say we get for appear on the 14th century, even the promised Messiah Islam say. He said that Mahdi we get for appear on the 14th century, and the great Mahdi concerning him, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't give so many prophecies them, but in appearance. And also he say it clear that in some of them hadiths and some of them prophecies and they now say the ulamas them. Now then get for be the enemies them of the Mahdi, the same way in get for make in appearance. And just like how no more you don't pose the question, some of the saints them also don't testify to the truth of this prophecy according to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For say the ulama them indeed get for stand, then get for rise against that Imam Mahdi and emission. Maulvi Sadiq Hassan Sahib, the promised Messiah quotes this man here. He say, instead of don't write some inside in book when Hijjatul Kirama, page 363 to 382. He say the ulama them of that time, the time where the Imam Mahdi get for appear. He say then get for be so much indulged for fala the peers them, the malims them, the one the way then consider exactly as the religious leaders them. He say they get for go they follow them, and then no more they get for go they listen to. He say and when they get for Yeri, they come in the appearance of Imam Mahdi. He say they get for vex, and they get for begin to talk, say this man I don't come for camp oil Islam. And then get for begin to talk so many bad things about him. And say they even get for label him as kafiri. Then get for be this man na disbeliever, na antichrist. In fact, he don't lost in way. You know, you say they get for call him so many names them. And you say the ulamas there, why? Because where the Imam Mahdi get for appear, they say the authority he get for decline, he get for down at them foot. They say because the teachings that way in the Kawit, it go there against what they be done the pa. Because then they follow the religious leaders them, they only know more than they see nine then they follow. But as for the Imam Mahdi, where in get for come preach, waiting Allah the Almighty, they tell them as against the waiting then they do.
No.
And so now that make they get for issue all kind verdicts against the Imam Mahdi.
Jazakumullah sana jaza, brother Hamid Ali Bongurasa, for this beautiful explanation where Iran give with regard to the coming of the Mujahideen and some of the sayings of the divines, where we say they don't talk for say in the 14th century, you know, now that time the great Imam get for come, the great Mujahid, you know, now in get for be the promised reformer of this age, and when he get for making appearance, that the ulama them get for oppose and go to the extent that and get for kalam for saying I kafir, and indeed now it happen with the one we don't claim for be the Imam Mahdi, the promised Messiah, the reformer of this age, when Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian alayhi salam. Jazakallah for that beautiful explanation way it don't give. You know, the other thing again where the promised Messiah alayhi salam don't write inside this book now about the infidels, where we say them be get for demand something we be say abnormal, something will be say natural at all, you know. They ask for a sign where be say the promised Messiah lesson for make it go sham, and that sign they abnormal and nothing will be say natural at all. So the promised Messiah lesson after we be say they don't deny in challenge where it don't make, if you get for give beautiful response to this demand where the infidels be don't make. So I will request brother Usman Bongurasa for make you will give you the explanation where the promised Messiah lesson don't get inside this book.
So in connection to the signs, the way they ask the promised Messiah in response to them, we began to tell them now that if you now want for make a show a sign, I don't give you one year. I say 1 year is short, so we have to wait for let the thing happen. But if you ask me for 1 week, and then una can say, now me no more for give una sign. He say now 2 things una for do. If una want me give una sign only, then una go out and announce to una people and tell and say una not to spiritual people, and because una afraid for car inside the challenge we na spiritual test or spiritual challenge. Yeah. But if una want for let we show signs that una also agree to this particular challenge here. So you get for tell them also, you go further for tell them for say signs then are of 2 types. He say you get the one sign where in anybody it's possible for anybody do and then he say a sign. He say for instance, like compared to Prophet Musa in your sign. He say where he turn the rod to a snake. He say any magic man can do that one day. He say he say go to other side there where una they see person they put hand under and piece they pull am. If you now all people today they turn to board. He say that kind of sign and there's not only the real sign. He says, signs the way real way they know say yes, this person a truthful person. He say 1, where a prophet make revelation, make prophecy, he prophesied about something. Then you see it come to reality. He said that now one sign where they watch for the truthfulness of somebody. He said 2, when somebody in the past they don't make for they don't do prophecy. There is this person where it can appear, then prophecy in the way they be make. It can be say it fulfill in the name of that person. He said these are signs the way a seeker of truth for watch for, not a sign where anybody can do, magic man can do, and then you say, oh, this is a miracle. Even give points, he say once and day way one learned person, somebody where do magic. Then the person exclaim, he say, wow, this is a miracle. He says, so not to them kind of sign now they ask me for. The prophet, they don't ask him for boku signs them. Where them disbeliever, he say, no to una go ask me and then I show una then kind signs, yeah.
Jazakumullah sana jaza for this beautiful explanation where it don't give with regard to the science where the infidels be don't demand from the promised Messiah alayhi salam where be say now something where be say normal now something where be say natural, and the promised Messiah alayhi salam be therefore explain to them for say this type of science where now they ask for call for a spiritual somebody that the science where now they ask for now science will be say even anybody can do like a magic man can also perform then science there, and he go on for tell them for say the main one them for a spiritual somebody is saying that in terms of prophecy where on say so thing get for happen when he say it happen must not say the person now somebody will be say now truthful somebody from Allah the Almighty. Jazakallah for that beautiful explanation where it don't give. The promised Messiah alayhi salam be therefore explain some of the revelations where we say Allah the Almighty be for reveal to them for comfort and when the people are around they call out for saying a kafir, in a infidel, in a imposter. So I go request brother Hamid Ali Bangurasa for making go give you some of them revelations and the way we say God Almighty be the comfort the promised Messiah alayhi salam.
Yes, the promised Messiah alayhi salam in this book here, page 63, he don't list a lot of revelations them. We Almighty Allah, they give them collapse for let you not worry because the enemies them be they torment them. Even though they tell them, "Una not torment me, but me not from God," but yet still then continue for do that one day. So I say during that period day where if they read this kind word here, where then they tell them, "Lasta mu'minan," that you not a believer, you not infidel, you not kafri. He say then tell them they now God the Almighty begin for reveal to them. Say tell them he say, "Qul inni umirtu wa ana awwalul mu'minin." Tell them, he say, me, they don't command me. And me, among the believers them, if believers then they, na me they at the top. No. God Almighty be they. Tell them that one day, despite the waiting them be they tell them for say, you not a believer. Then enough for let instead of get a peace of mind, let get collapse upon your own claim. You see, at the same time, then people they are, then still they continue for tell and say, you na disbeliever, and then they say all kinds of way they disgrace the promised Messiah alayhi salam. And for that, and say Allah the Almighty in return to waiting, they want to do to them, waiting, how they try for disgrace and for humiliate them. Then God the Almighty, again the promise say, Inni muhinun man arada ihanataka. For say me, I go humiliate, I go disgrace that person, where they try for disgrace you. And Allah Almighty tell them, he say, Allah na inna you reward, he go give you honor, he go give you respect. So beaucoup other revelations and they way the promised Messiah don't write inside this for comfort
for the revelations then they way you don't make mention of the promised Messiah like we God Almighty get for comfort way be say the people be don't they declare and tell her for saying not to a believer, and at that time he say when it come in terms of believers in this day and age you get for time for saying number one number one person among the believers. Jazakallah for that beautiful explanation where you don't give. Briefly, I go like for request brother Usman Bangura for making go explain to Fambulan the advice where the promised Messiah alayhi don't give for the seekers of truth, the one the way they go in search of the truth. What in the advice where the promised Messiah alayhi don't give for them people in there?
Very important points them way and advise the way the promised Messiah alayhi salam give the seekers of truth. First, he tell them say, una beware, una know say the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We don't want una the time where the Imam Mahdi, that's me, where I get for come against the ulama them of this age. Una no make them lead una astray. So now I want advise una that when this time don't come, for let una go able for offend God and ask him for let he go show una if he mean a truthful person or not. He advise and tell them say una do istikara prayer. And when I do istikara prayer, I say la show una waiting una for do way go make una get this prayer right and God will answer una prayer. I say one, una go pray 2 rakats. Inside the first rakat, he say una go read Suratul Yasin. The second rakat, he say una go read Suratul Ikhlas 21 times. He said then una go also recite Istighfar and Durud Sharif 300 times. He said this una go continue for do for 1 week at least, where He said, when they do, I will not put any malice now on our heart. That now they think about waiting the Sheikh don't say, then also they think about waiting the Mahdi don't can tell una. Say una think and pull all the malice on our heart, una concentrate for let God. Is it because not to that self? Sometimes when una go get too thinking, Shaitan go carry inside una dream and disturb una for say, not to demand this. And because of that one, they don't get the true guidance. So these are the points the way he give for the seeker after truth for let he go pray to Allah.
Jazakumullah sana jaza. That's a very beautiful explanation where the Promised Messiah alayhi salam don't direct them how for offer this istikara prayer. And indeed, he say at least for 2 weeks, then for do this istikara prayer. He say then for also ask God Almighty for say for making go guide them whether this Maya we don't claim for be the Mahdi and the Promised Messiah, whether not true one or false one, for beg God Almighty, dear, guide we don't know. Now isabi the way we say na the truthful one, the way we say na lie man. So dear na for guide we whether this person here in claim we don't make whether not true one or not. So now this advice where the Promised Messiah alayhi salam don't give them. Jazakumullah gentlemen for the way Amna don't join me today for discuss this book here so today, the Heavenly Sign. Dear viewers, now that time permit you for today's own discussion, and I encourage each and every one of you for make una go visit the official website when at www.alislam.org. Go to the library and look for the books now of the Promised Messiah alayhi salam. You go see the Heavenly Sign. Download that and read that for your very self for make you go understand better one how the Promised Messiah alayhi salam don't explain beautiful things inside this book here. And for the one them where they na salon, I will refer them to we headquarters number 15 Bastille Brookfield Freetown for make them come by the hard copy of the book at a low cost. And until we meet again next time, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
वक्त था वक्त मसीहा न किसी और का वक्त मैं ना आता तो कोई और ही